All right, very good. On we go. Last game on the card, Dallas, LA, 71-72. LA minus 120. Total 5.5 shaded to the under in this hockey game. Dallas Stars, where did that offense go last night against the Anaheim Ducks? Couldn't find any of their big guns with a telescope on the ice. What was Ben doing? What was Sagan doing? Absolutely nothing. Jack shit from that group as far as I'm concerned. In terms of finish, they had chances, but just couldn't bury them. Ryan Miller was great in net for the Dallas Stars, or for the Anaheim Ducks against the Dallas Stars, a 2-0 shutout victory for Anaheim in that game. For the Dallas Stars, all of a sudden, where's their offense? I mean, this is now 4 games. They're 1-3, their last 4, 2 goals or less in all 4 games. 4 goals combined in the 4 games. So they're averaging 1 goal a game in the last 4. That's not good from a team that's got, we know they've got the offensive potency to be better than that, but they haven't been lately. And even a couple of games, the shots on goal have dropped. Usually this team's good for 30 shots or more a game. A couple of these games, they only fired 16 at the net against St. Louis, 28 against San Jose. Much better last night against Anaheim. But some of those shots, too, were not as high quality or dangerous as they could have been. You have to keep that in mind. Still a good performance from Ryan Miller, though, overall for the Anaheim Ducks, 2-0 loss. So all of a sudden, this team's got a little bit of an offensive struggle to overcome here. Offensively challenged right now a little bit, this Dallas Stars team, which is surprising. And that may be bad news against LA, because one thing LA we know is defensively they're pretty solid. How about Dion Phaneuf? He's just going nuts since joining the LA Kings. He's saying, I'm going to be scoring goals, assists, putting up points left and right. What a start for him with the LA Kings. Dion Phaneuf, amazing stuff. And look at the record for the LA Kings since Dion Phaneuf's been there. I don't want to make it sound like he's got a resurgence or revitalization of his career or anything here, but we're talking about 3-1 for the LA Kings with Dion Phaneuf as a LA King. The only loss was Pittsburgh on the very first game he played as a LA King, so nothing to be upset about there. After that, they beat Buffalo, Chicago, and Winnipeg. How about the Winnipeg win on the road, 4-3? Real impressive from the LA Kings. Tough scheduling spot. We talked about that the other night too in Winnipeg. The travel piling up on this team. That was the end of a brutal 7-game road trip through different time zones, playing the second night of back-to-back games and the third game in 4 nights in Winnipeg against a red-hot Jets team, and you win it 4-3. Wow. Great job by the LA Kings. Give them credit. Fantastic win. Is this the game where they feel it, though? Now they're back home. This is a big-time negative spot for LA from a scheduling perspective. Big-time negative. 7-game road trip. Now you're finally back home. You ended it with a great amount of success. 3 straight wins to end that road trip. Is this where maybe you hit the wall a little bit? That is my concern. But on the flip side, do I trust Dallas right now after what I saw last night? Can't finish any of their chances right now consistently these last 4 games. I'm not sure I can trust them. So it's a good spot, better spot for Dallas, even with them on a second night of back-to-backs off a loss, a shutout loss. That's a good bet on situation, but I don't know if I trust them here, even though it's a tough scheduling spot for LA. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Dallas offensively right now. They got to find a way to put a puck in the net, I think, before I can back them. And let's be honest, the price isn't really all that satisfactory for me here at about plus 100, plus 105 in this game on the road here with Dallas. So I'll be out of this game. Dana Lane is not, though. Dana's involved with the Stars and the Kings tonight. Dana, what are you looking at here? Can Dallas get this offense going tonight?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, a lot of people bring up that first game home thing, and I kind of look at this a little bit different. I mean, they played 2 nights ago. They've been home for a while. I mean, I know, and not only have they been home for a while, but I feel like that they should be feeling great about themselves. And here's the caveat. Here's the spark to this. The L.A. Kings just got through making a deal. Of course, sending Darcy Kemper to Arizona, and Wedgwood comes over to L.A. And I think sometimes,
And Tobias,
if
I
there
just want
is,
to, I just want to jump in. Tobias Reeder as well, and the Kings were after Tobias Reeder for a very, very long time. They were looking into getting that guy and trading for him. They wanted to bolster that offense up front, put him in as a legitimate top 6 forward threat. So they've been in on Tobias Reeder for a while. They finally got it done, and I think he's going to help that team. I really do.
Yeah, so any letdown that the Kings might have I think probably has been erased by a deal. A deal. I've seen teams. I've been around teams after they've made a deal, and there's kind of a pep and a step and a jump in everybody's games. And I think that this is more of a situation where not only do the Kings want to show off who they are right now, but I think they got to be feeling great about themselves after the trip, especially the game last game against Winnipeg, as you pointed out, was a horrific spot from a Dallas standpoint. After the loss last night, they're now sixth in the Western Conference, a team that was supposed to be a team that could be in the Stanley Cup final. And I'm not saying that they ultimately still won't. They got a ton of talent on that team. But I also said during the season, I wrote a column for SBR saying, just hang tight, man, because you take all these teams that make all these different moves, and I'm telling you, it takes a couple years, not a year, unless you're the Miami Heat, to win championships. And I think that you're kind of seeing that a little bit. I mean, sometimes there's not enough pucks to go around, and these teams kind of go through lulls. And I wonder what would happen when they're playing quality opponents every single night. Um, but I do like the Darcy Kemper trade, and also from a standpoint of from Jonathan Quick. I think that even though his numbers haven't been great as of late, I think he's basically been told by the LA Kings, "You are our man." So if I'm Jonathan Quick, if you put yourself in his position, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go out and prove them right, and I'm not going to let my organization down. So I think you're going to get even more of an inspired effort. And what that means is, and I hear people say this all the time. I know we got some time, so let me take it all up. What that basically means is when people say, "Well, I think they're going to be real focused or real inspired." Guys, these guys play 82 games a year, okay? Every single game you cannot get up for, okay? I'm the same person every day, but I'm a little bit different of a person on a Monday morning than I am a Friday morning. I can tell you that. So you're the same person for sure, but I'm a little bit more inspired to get to work and knock out my stuff because I know a big Saturday is coming, and that's kind of the difference. So when I say, or any other person says, I really think that a specific player is going to have a focused effort or an inspired effort, that means I think they're going to be engaged, to use that word again. So I think that we're going to get that out of LA. I think we're going to get that out of Jonathan Quick moving forward. I do wish, and I love I do love the Phaneuf move for sure. I mean, not only is this a guy, you talk about a guy playing inspired hockey, but it also makes them just that much tougher. And I know there's some guys that say about the Vegas Golden Knights, well, the one problem is they don't have any tough guys. The only tough guy on the team right now is probably Will Carrier, and he's not playing. And so people worry about them when they go into the postseason, whether or not they're going to be physical enough. I don't get so excited about that because you know how you beat physicality, you move the puck quick, and that's what they're really good at. But others feel that way. But I do think also the one problem that the Kings have really come up against lately is just they're allowing too many shots on net. And of course, that Jonathan Quick's save percentage is fantastic, but his record isn't all that good. So I think that if their defensemen start laying out a little bit, Forbert and Alec Martinez, if they start really committing to that defensive hockey, the kind of the way that they played last season, I think that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with moving forward. But I'm telling you guys, I sat at T-Mobile last night and I'm watching the scores, and I kept seeing zero for Dallas and zero for Dallas. And of course, I can't see what's going on, but I do know this: they played a physical Ducks team last night, and I know it's only a 45-minute drive between Staples Center and Honda and the Honda Center. But I can't think that the Dallas Stars are in a good spot right now. They scored 4 goals in their last 4 games. They're not getting any production from any line, a little production down the middle, but really there is no line that you can point to on this Stars team and say, okay, that's where our offense is coming. And if I can't point to a line right now and expect any kind of offense, why would I back them financially until I can see some form or some offense that's going to give me some confidence. And for the Kings, one side note, Jeff Carter can start practice and he's not going to be playing tonight. But good news again for the Kings is they're kind of rounding into form. But I love LA tonight to beat Dallas.
All right, LA, negative spot aside, they're the team in better form right now. Can't argue with that. Definitely, LA's playing better hockey than Dallas right now, no question. But Dana says they can overcome this first home game spot, take care of business against the struggling Stars. Dallas for him, or LA for him, minus 120 is Dana's play. And Alex B. Smith, he's also involved in the Stars Kings. Is this going to be an agreement with LA, or is this going to be a no, 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 Lee Corso, not so fast, my friends moment? What do you got, Alex, here in this game?
Well, I don't really have either side in this game. I was actually going to be looking at a total here, but the main key I wanted to bring up is, of course, like I said, we talk about the first game back from a long road trip, and two things that kind of always make things a little iffy with the spot is that one, you have a team like LA. Yes, they're coming home off of a long trip with different time zones, but the fact that they've won 3 games in a row kind of makes it a little different. They're coming back, with the it's different than say with the Florida spot where Florida's coming off of 2 really tough losses after winning games. I think that makes it a little bit different, makes it a little easier to back LA in this spot. And I also found it interesting that LA trading Darcy Kemper, who's the guy who had started in the last game when they played against Dallas, had a 4-0 shutout, and he had pretty much most of his career starts. He's had more career starts against Dallas than any other team in the league, and now he's gone. Scott Wedgwick comes in, so obviously it's going to be Jonathan Quick starting against Kari Lettinen. We've, you know, countless times we talk about Kari letting him in. A guy who's just, kind of always been mid-range, especially against this LA Kings team. I think we could see some offense on both sides here. You look at that Dallas team; they had a chance to get back into that game last night with Anaheim. Back-to-back penalties that were delayed games for Anaheim, and had a 5-on-3 shot, and they completely blew it. So I think we're going to see a bit more focused offensively from a Dallas team. We know that when they turn it on, they can score some goals, and I think LA is going to keep that momentum and actually play a little bit better than we see a lot of teams, especially West Coast teams, coming home off of first game stand. So I would look at this game possibly going over that total.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.